Is ditching someone who violated your privacy worse than being recorded without consent? So, I'm 32 years old, and I recently went on what was supposed to be my first date with this 27-year-old woman I'd been talking to. We decided on dinner at this nice patio-style restaurant, and honestly, things are going pretty well at first. The conversation was flowing, the atmosphere was nice, and I thought, hey, maybe this could actually go somewhere. But there was one thing that bothered me right from the start. As soon as she arrived, she placed her phone face up on the table. Now, I'm not usually one to judge people for having their phones out, but it did strike me as a little odd. Still, she wasn't constantly checking it or scrolling through social media, so I let it slide and didn't think much of it. Fast forward to when our drinks and appetizers arrived. The waitress came over with our order, and the table was getting a bit crowded with plates and glasses. So, being polite and trying to make some space, I reached over and moved her phone to the side. That's when I saw it. The screen lit up, and there it was, a recording app, actively running. My heart dropped. I froze for a second, trying to process what I was seeing. Why the hell are you recording this? I said it louder than I probably should have, but I mean, can you blame me? I was in complete shock. Here I was, thinking we were having a normal, private conversation, and she'd been recording the entire thing without telling me, without even asking for my consent. I didn't stick around to hear her explanation. I stood up immediately, called the waitress over, paid for what we'd ordered so far, and walked straight out of that restaurant. I got in my car and drove home, my mind racing the entire way. I felt violated. Honestly, who does that? Who secretly records a first date? Now, here's where things get messy, eh? She's been blowing up my social media ever since, calling me an abusive asshole. Her main argument is that I left her stranded at the restaurant when we had previously talked about me giving her a ride back home after the date. And yeah, I'll admit we did discuss that. But in my mind, all bets were off the moment I realized she was recording me without my knowledge or permission. She's also accusing me of being incredibly rude for raising my voice and swearing at her in public. And okay, I get it, I did raise my voice and I did drop an F-bomb. But put yourself in my shoes for a second. You're on a date, you think everything is fine, and then you discover you're being secretly recorded. That's not just a minor thing. That's a huge breach of trust and privacy. My reaction was completely natural given the circumstances. I've been thinking about this nonstop, and I keep going back and forth. Was I wrong for leaving her there? Should I have handled it differently? Maybe stayed calm and asked her why she was recording before storming out? But then again, she violated my privacy in a major way. Why should I have been expected to just sit there and finish dinner like nothing happened? For context, this all went down in the greater Los Angeles area. I know California is a two-party consent state, which means she legally shouldn't have been recording me without my permission. But as a brown Latino immigrant, I'd really rather not get the police involved, especially not in the current climate. That just adds another layer of stress and complexity to this whole situation. So am I the asshole here? Did I overreact by walking out and leaving her there? Or was she completely out of line for recording our date without telling me?